The casting for the latest version of Romeo and Juliet is out. The heroine is black again. To tell the truth, see the photo of the heroine. I was stunned. A black man as Juliet, if the title of the play is not announced. I thought this was the casting for Robinson Crusoe. Dutch brother plays Robinson. This Negro played Black Slave Friday. There's nothing wrong with it. Speaking of which, somebody's gonna blame me. You don't know anything. They are performing the London Opera. This kind of high-end art pays attention to acting skills. Never pay attention to appearance. That's right, stage plays are all about acting. But this elder sister's most famous work was a supporting role in a British sitcom called Bad Education, with 2 or 3 stage performances. But not the protagonist. She's only doing behind-the-scenes work, like composing music for a stage play. It can be said that he is a pure newcomer. Do you think her acting is so great? So much so that the director insists on breaking the boundaries of skin color. Let her star in a British classic. Tell the truth, I don't really believe it. Why did you choose her? Or why did you choose a black woman as the heroine? The reason is of course that political correctness is hot in today's European and American entertainment circles. Studios or investors really treat colored people like white people. Are you treated equally? There is no such thing as. More than 100 years ago, whites let blacks pick cotton and grow sugarcane. Use them as tools. Same now. Under the tide of political correctness, black people are still used as tools by a studio or director to advertise that you pay attention to diversity. At the same time, it can also attract traffic. Sometimes they're a shield. When studios or directors are questioned, immediately you can express your pride. I've used a black man to lead a classic play. How well done. And what's even scarier is, these studios or directors could have been based on black culture and identity, creating new content for them. But they chose the most disgusting, putting black actors in various classic remakes to force them into white history. Is this called respect? Purely cunning and arrogant. Use them as traffic passwords. Speaking of which, there may be people arguing against you. Is discrimination? Is prejudice? Skin color must never be used to judge an actor. The condition of being able to play a certain role. Negroes can play as well. Characters belonging to white people. But instead of, try a white man to play Martin Luther King. Let's go back to this Romeo and Juliet. If it's another show, like Hamlet and Macbeth, I can still understand that choosing the protagonist does not emphasize appearance. But this classic love tragedy, it's different. It's about love at first sight. Help each other and fall in love. Inextricable. And what is the premise of love at first sight? That must be good looking. Just put these two together. Said they fell in love at first sight. Not convincing. It looks too dramatic. Unless it's on a 19th century southern plantation. The hero may take a fancy to it at a glance. But only this physique is what I like. How hard you work. At this time, someone may refute me again. Who says a handsome man has to go with a beautiful woman? In reality, there are also handsome wives. The case of being very general looking. That's right. But movies and stage plays is a form of artistic expression. And art comes from life and is higher than life. Can be based on reality. But be sure to make an adaptation. Why else would you want to watch a movie? For example, China's The Last Emperor. Why do you want to find Zunlong to play Pui? Is it because he looks like the deity? Of course not. The director chose him. It's because Zunlong has that kind of aristocratic temperament, in line with the simple imagination of the emperor in the hearts of the public. The last emperor who can perform and convince the audience. And what does the audience think of Juliet? Can be black, or any person of color, but it has to be beautiful enough. It must not be a flat nose and thick lips, with a mustache. Just like the eldest sister, not as good as the transgender son of former NBA legend Wade. Good looking,